Hi. It's been such a long time since I've done like any video for YouTube. I've been just like skating by with posting videos on TikTok and posting weekly on my Instagram. Like I've done that for like 4 weeks now. I've never done that for I haven't posted that consistently on Instagram since I used to post like 15 posts a month back in the day. Like before my friend died in 2018, I want to say. Yeah, 2018. So right before my friend died, I used to post on Instagram like 15 times a month because I wanted to have a post. I wanted to fill like a whole entire grid up of posts like every month. And so I would post 15 times a month. I have two cats. So like if you hear background noise, one of them is eating right now. And then I have a dog that is on the couch right now, so you might see her head pop up. And then I have another dog who's on the ground right there. Animals everywhere, and that's not even all of them. There's one more dog, but I don't know where she is. But yeah, so like I haven't posted that consistently on Instagram in a long, long, long time. And it's really like weird, but it's like I've been doing so much that I've been, like, behind, and, like, I wanna give, like, every post, like, its time to shine. So, like, I don't wanna be posting, like, 3 times a week. So I post, like, once a week with, like, a photo dump. And, like, I just posted I'm, like, finally done posting graduation stuff, cause that's an update I wanted to, like, talk to you guys about. I'm done with college. Finally! Woo! I never thought the day would come. College almost took me out several times, but it didn't, and I'm still here. I'm breathing, I'm getting my teaching credential. I had to pay to get my teaching credential. That's why I'm saying I'm getting my teaching credential, not I have it because I didn't have a paycheck for like 6 months. And so I didn't really have the money to pay for extra things, even if it was gonna help me become a teacher. I just didn't want to do it. And also, I didn't want to become a teacher in the fall. So, like, okay, let's just backtrack to like me finally being done with college. I'll get to cutting my hair. I actually have like hair cutting scissors this time and a brush, but we're not gonna do it in the bathroom. That's why I said will cutting my hair go wrong. Um, sure, I have a mint in my mouth, and I've been trying to finish it for a couple minutes. Um, So like back to college. Okay. So I finished college Memorial Day weekend. So May 23rd is when I finally got to walk the stage. Cause when you're done in the fall semester, you don't walk the stage until the spring. And so like yes, I know like I talked about like my finishing college up in like December or like earlier this year. I technically wasn't done with college or like I wasn't gonna walk the stage until May. And so with May, I um finally walked the stage. I had a bunch of my kiddos. I worked with the first grade class where I was a full-time student teacher in the fall of 2025. And before I finished in their class, I made a handprint dress with their hands and I took photos in that dress. I did like a whole photo shoot. It got plenty of time to shine on my Instagram page. It got a whole post dedicated to the dress. I have several TikTok videos with the dress. Um, and it was just very special because like I told them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like a part of you is gonna be with me when I walk the stage. That's what I told them um when they were helping me make my dress. And they were like, Miss Gabby, but we're not gonna be on the stage with you. And I'm like, I know you're first graders and like you don't understand the what a metaphor is, but, like, metaphorically speaking, you'll be there with me when I walk the stage, because I originally thought I was going to wear that dress when I walk the stage, and then, um, I I didn't, because I saw that it was professional attire for teaching credential candidates when they would walk the stage. And so I didn't think that a handprint dress was like professional, so I didn't walk the stage in it. But then I didn't even think that like I could have gotten like a sash and like had like their handprints on the sash, or like had them write their names on the sash until like the day of my graduation. Cause like I could have had something there with me as I, like, actually walk the stage with, like, their names or their handprints or something. So, like, I was kinda bummed about that, but then it was just like, I'm just glad I thought far enough in advance with this dress and with the handprints, because I didn't walk the stage until May, and the last time I saw them was in December. So, it was like, I'm glad that I thought that far in advance about that. So that's kind of like my graduation. Something I will say about my graduation weekend is there's a couple things I'll say. Me and my friends, we got to see each other for the second time, all four of us within 6 months. Before the last time we saw each other was in December of 2025, and then before that, the last time we saw each other was April of 2024. So it had taken us like May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8, like 20 months? Over a year and a half, like over a year and a half for me and my friends to reunite. And then we just saw each other 2 times in the matter of 5 months. I am so glad that that 4 of us got to see each other twice in, like, 5 months. Really exciting. Um, Another thing I will say about graduation weekend is Haley Kiyoko. Um, oh my god, Haley Kiyoko. She's known as Lesbian Jesus. She's known as Stella Yamada. She's known as Megan. She's known as Velma Dinkley. She's known as like Stevie. Like she has seen my face. She has seen my face. I'm on her street team, and I'm doing like the challenges like for her street team to like promote the Girls Like Girls movie. And on the second challenge, she commented on my video and she was like, "That's so cute." And 2023, I saw her in concert for the first time. And then in 2026, she literally saw my face and knows my TikTok and commented on it. And I'm like, girl, why are we finding my video where I half-ass the dance? Why are we finding a video where I half-ass the dance? I say half-ass because I'm not very good with dances. Like my TikTok community knows this, but like I'm not very good with dances. They make fun of me for it all the time. And like I know I'm not like Heather Morris from Glee or like um Costa Mayer from like TikTok. Like I know I'm not a good dancer, but it's still like I'm dancing to have fun, not because I want to make a professional career out of it. And so I don't have a lot of like coordination. So like I can do like a bunch of like hand movements, like I can focus on the hands and then like the feet separately. But like when those two go hand in hand and feet in feet, it's harder for me to keep up with. So like I literally did like maybe 6 steps of the dance, and I'm like, this is as far as my brain will allow me to get. Like I literally said that in the TikTok video. And she was still like, this is so cute. Oh, she's seen my face. Haley Kiyoko has seen my fucking face. And I'm gonna let that sink in. Another thing is, I have a job. I did not. I'm gonna go over like the May recap first, and then like we'll get into like the June recap so far, and then I'll cut my hair. So like I've got a job now, and so I started my job a couple days before I was supposed to graduate. And so I made it very clear that like I needed that Friday off so I can go to my college town and like walk the stage. And luckily, thank God, I got that Friday off so I could go to my college town because I was so worried. Like the closer it was getting to my graduation date, the more worried I was getting with like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to work that Friday before graduation. And luckily, my job allowed me to have that Friday off, and I'm very grateful that I got to have like a full 3-day weekend in my college town. That was a dog if you just heard the yawn. And I'm so glad that like I got to like see all my friends and walk the stage and everything that happened that weekend. I work at the learning experience, and back when I lived in my college town, I also worked for the learning experience because there was one in my college town and then there's one in the Contra Costa County. And so I was like already in their system, like my fingerprints were in their system, like I know I'm familiar with the TLE standards and like expectations and like all of this. And so I'm glad that I have a job and kind of was like as like a celebration of like getting a job and like graduating and walking the stage. I gave myself a graduation present. And that graduation present was to go to the Kesha Freedom Tour. Woo! My first concert of the year. It was a 6 month, more than a 6 month dry period of no concerts. And like I know, like, oh boo hoo, it's been like 6 months since I've been to a concert. But like as someone that went to 9 concerts in the year 2023, going 6 months without going to a single concert, the drought was the very worst. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, good girl. All right, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. No, okay, so like I say, like the drought was the very worst for 6 months. For 6 months. And I had to miss out on seeing Lady Gaga again. Like I never got to see the Dead Dance perform live, and I also never got a piano surprise song from the Mayhem Ball. And I'm very salty about that. And then I missed out on Zara Larson. I know my girl Zara is going to be in arenas the next time she's touring in the US. And so like I really wanted to go see her in Oakland and had the possibility of getting picked from the crowd and going to do the Lush Life dance. Cause it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mwah. Like, I know the dance and I really wanted to go and I didn't get to go. And then I also missed out on seeing Demi Lovato. Like, I had gotten my job after, like, before Demi Lovato came to the Bay Area, but I didn't have a paycheck. And so I didn't want to go on a payment plan to go see Demi Lovato. So, like, I missed out by like this much, by this much. But I love how my first concert of the year was wake up in the morning feeling P. Diddy. Got my glasses, I'm out the door, I'm gonna hit the city. Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back. Like, that's such an iconic way to start your concert year. Iconic. Iconic. Um, like I just love how like that was my first concert of the year. Something I will say. Hello, go lay down. Something I will say about artists touring in the Bay Area is that quite literally every city that's like in the Bay Area that they go to, they call it San Francisco. I saw Kesha in Concord. Like, I get Oakland because like Oakland's right next to San Francisco, but like Concord is in a completely different county. Why are we calling it San Francisco? And Kesha's like, I live here now. Like, I live in San Francisco. You live in San Francisco, sweetie, not Concord. All the promotion says Concord. Why are we calling it San Francisco? Like, I get that's like the most known city, as well as Oakland in the Bay Area. But like, if you're calling it Concord in the promotion, then you should call it Concord in person too, because you're throwing everybody off when you say San Francisco. They're gonna actually think, if they're from out of town, they're gonna actually think the city they're in is San Francisco, even though the venue quite literally says Concord Pavilion. But no, okay, so I got this Kesha concert as kind of like a graduation gift because I worked so hard consistently from like kindergarten through college, from like 5 years old to 24 years old. I was in school. And so I was like, I deserve a little treat. And so I got myself a Kesha ticket. I got it for $30. Me and my friend went together. We saw our fifth artist together. We've seen Haley Kiyoko. That was our first concert together. And then we saw Pink. And then we saw Katy Perry. Then we saw Lady Gaga. And then we saw Kesha. Kesha was our fifth concert together. Woo! And really good seeing her. I hadn't seen her since we saw Lady Gaga in July last year. Then when I saw a high school friend, which like we're online friends now, and we bond over Miraculous Ladybug. It's pretty funny. And well, we also are like teachers. Or, like we want to be like she's already a teacher. I want to be a teacher. That's another way for us to bond. And what's funny is I was almost gonna ask her if she was gonna go to the Kesha concert because she went to the one that was in Mountain View last year, and I was like, man, I really wish I could have gone to that Kesha concert. And she's like, if you ever get the chance, go see Kesha. And so like when Kesha was coming to Concord, I was like, oh, that's so much more convenient than going to Mountain View for me. And so then I went there, and then I see her Snapchat story, like, oh yeah, we're at the Kesha concert in Concord. And I'm like, oh my god, like we can finally see each other after not like seeing each other since like high school, which was crazy because that was like 6 years ago. What do you mean I finished high school 6 years ago? What do you mean I've had three graduations? It's a matter of 6 years. And then I also got to meet one of my online besties. I'm in this Discord server, and so I have like online friends, and they're the third friend I've met from this like Discord community. And funny enough, I met one of our other friends from the same Discord community at the same venue last year when I saw Halsey. And so like when my friend posted that they were at the Kesha concert in like our group chat, I was like, "Oh my god, are you at Kesha?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Are you at Kesha?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so we met up, and it was just like really crazy that like I got to see like two old friends, and then I got to see like an online friend. It was really fun, really amazing. Um, my only complaint about the Kesha concert is like the songs were too short. And like I guess she may still be having like legal trouble with like her old songs, but still like Timber, why are we shortening that song and not giving us the chorus? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This diggity dog, diggity da. Like why are we not giving us? I wanted to get down to Timber. I wanted to get down to Timber. What do you mean? I wasn't able to do the cannibal dance to Cannibal. I'll eat you up. Whenever you tell I'm pretty, that's when the hunger really hits me. Your little heart goes pitter patter. I want your liver on a platter. Use your fingers to stir my tea, and for dessert I'll suck your teeth. Like, what do you mean I wasn't able to do the cannibal dance? The TikTok girly in me was not living. And then I was yelling, I love you, Kiha. And, like, nobody was understanding that reference. You're telling me that none of these fake Kesha fans watched the Victorious episode where Andre, Beck, Tori, Trina, Kat, Jade, and Andre. Andre? Did I say Andre already or did I say Beck? I don't know. But like all their friend group was literally eating all this ice cream to trying to get these circle letters that spelled out Kesha. And the letter S was the last one they needed. And it said Hee Haw. And Andre was literally like, Hee Haw! And you're telling me none of these fake ass Kesha fans were like, I love you, Hee Haw! It killed me. But also, it also killed me that there were kids at this concert that weren't even alive when TikTok came out. Not the app TikTok, the song TikTok. That's how old I am. It's killing me. But yeah, that's kind of like the May recap. Also, oh my god. So one more thing from May, and then I'll get into like finally cutting my hair and everything. So the Punisher special. The Punisher special. I have notes on the Punisher special because I wanted to talk about it with you guys, and then I just never got the chance to talk about it with you guys. So I am going to talk to you guys about like my notes. Some of them probably don't make sense because I made them like over a month ago. But like the opening scene is like this not like bad guy, but like this mean guy took this man's dog and threw him in front of a truck. That poor dog. And then when Frank was being taunted and said he needs help, Frank literally admitted he needed help. And I was sobbing. I love Frank. I love Frank. Not as much as my friend that loves. So I have a friend named Twin, also Gabby. She loves Tony Stark. I love Steve Rogers. So my friend, I call her Tony sometimes, and she calls me Steve sometimes. So my friend Tony loves Frank more than I do. But like I was sobbing when Frank said he needed help because what the I said that I like a little note about the show is it's a mental psychosis. Psychosis? Go lay down. You're not walking around. Go lay down. Like it's like a mental show. Like you're telling me that both the Punisher special and Thunderbolts came out in May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm over here watching it while I'm also fucked in the head. Both of those require you to be in the right mental headspace to watch the special and the show. And the special and the movie. When he went to the graves several times to go visit his family, I was sobbing. Him wanting to had me sobbing. He looks so lost and it makes me so sad. One batch, two batch, penny and nickel and dime. Oh! I'm sobbing over here. And then I had seen rumors that like his actual daughter was going to play his TV daughter. Cuz like people are like, "Oh yeah, that's his daughter that plays like his real life daughter that plays his daughter in the show." And I'm like, his daughter isn't old enough to be playing his daughter on the show when the show came out like 10 years ago, 8 years ago. But like now I'm like, could that be his actual daughter? Like, is that what people are trying to speculate? When the flashback came to the carousel, had me bawling. Had me bawling. Frank in the suit. Frank in the suit. He popped out in the school suit. Had me screaming. That's my best friend's man. But even though Frank is known as the Punisher, he still has morals. He does not hurt women and he does not hurt children. But in this special, that came to bite him in the ass, where the woman he chose not to hurt came back and hurt him. And then, Karen! Karen! I knew Karen was gonna. You can't have Frank without having Karen. And when he when he was like, "Are you here? Are you with me?" And then she was like, "She's always with him." And then us getting another almost kiss moment, I screamed. And then she just appeared. Not okay. Matt does not deserve to be with Karen. You see that almost kiss scene in The Punisher, in the elevator, in season 2 with Karen and Frank? I know Frank will never be with Karen, but the way he cares about her, the way he was about to go to bat if someone hurt her in The Punisher, I just want to kiss. Is that too much to ask? I know he would never get with Karen because his wife and his kids, that's the reason why he became the Punisher. But you can't deny that there's feelings between Frank and Karen. I just want to kiss. Is that too much to ask for? Karen does not belong with Matt. She belongs with Frank. Matt belongs with Claire, who was a nurse, who was also linked to Luke Cage, which Luke Cage is now with Jessica Jones, and Jessica Jones has a child with Luke Cage. Thank you very much. Then I was just like, unalive these people, Frank! Yeah! And then I was like, Frank got hurt, and that made me cry. And then when Frank got the crochet flower from Charlie, from the little girl, oh! And then the 1 batch, 2 batch penny and dime shit again. And then when he said he wants to keep going, my guy, this is what leads us to Brand New Day. This is what leads us to me going over another movie review. I have not done a movie review in God knows how long on this channel. And I'm about ready to get back into movie reviews with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Because Frank is going to be in it. Bruce Banner is going to be in it. We got the Hand from Daredevil is going to be in it. There's speculation that Daredevil is going to be in it too. We don't know who Sadie Sink's going to play in the movie. MJ doesn't remember who Peter is. Ned doesn't remember either. MJ has a boyfriend. There's so much to talk about. Also, I will link it down in the description down below. If you want to hear more thoughts about my thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer, I have a video decoding and going over frame by frame basically in a different video. So if you guys want to go watch that, go watch that. This is just about the Punisher right now. Yeah. The only questions I had was how did he get out of captivity? Because at the end of Daredevil Born Again season 1, we see Frank is being held captive. And I was really hoping that in the Punisher special that we would get to learn how he got out of captivity. And we never did. And so it makes me wonder where the hell Frank has been. I literally thought this was going to be our answers to where our man has been, especially when Karen got arrested, put into jail, put on trial. Frank never showed up. That's just not like Frank. He would have showed the fuck up if he knew his girl was going through all that shit. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, that's kind of the May recap. And then now I'm gonna go very lightly over a haircut. And I have a length, but this is hard because my camera is now flipped. And so my right hand is now my left hand, and my left hand is now my right hand. So I have to be careful with that. But I have been itching to cut my hair probably since April. And it's June. I feel like I need to go to the bathroom for this. That way I can like actually see what I'm doing in a mirror. Because this will not go well. Wait, I'm gonna have my phone right here. That way I can like look into like a camera. Cause like this is my right hand. Okay, so like I can like actually like watch myself. Look at this. I cut my hair, bro. It looks ugly. Ew. Okay. I can work with this. I can literally work with this. Okay, now that I've like cut some of my hair, I can now go over like the May or not the May, the June recap. Okay, so to begin June, I my first concert of June was a concert I got a last minute ticket for. I literally got the ticket the day of. And my friend was like, this is a friend I've been trying to meet since the Eras tour, like back in 2023. And oh yeah, this is horrible. Look at that. Okay, I should probably stop cutting my hair. That way it doesn't turn out more horrible. Like I can like let me just like cut like a general like idea of like what I want it to look like. And then I can um like fix it up later. You're just gonna have to look at an ugly haircut as I like finish talking to you guys. I have like a paper towel that I'm putting like all my hair on. Okay, so I literally saw Ariana fucking Grande for opening night. Opening night of the Eternal Sunshine Tour. Like, what is life? My friend literally was like, because she had done something about like Live Nation like releasing more tickets, like because they estimate like how much tickets like is gonna go on like when general sale happens. But then they won't like but then like sometimes they release like production tickets where like they find more room once the hello? Why are my veins that's so weird. They're so like the ADD in me is really popping through. Um no, because like there's production tickets, and so that means that like after the stage goes up, they see they're like, oh, we do have more room for more people to be up here. And so she posted about like keep an eye out at like Live Nation or like Ticketmaster or something, and more tickets will release. And so like I swiped up on that and I did like the eyeball emoji, like, oh my god, like they're gonna release more tickets. And then she was like, do you live in the Bay Area? And I'm like, yes, I live in the Contra Costa County. And then she was like, I have an extra ticket. Do you want the ticket? And I was like, is that even a question? Like, I immediately jumped at the thought of going to see Ariana Grande because when tickets initially went on sale, I was watching my first graders. Like, I was substituting for my mentor teacher that day, and the kids come in from recess at 10 a.m. You know when tickets went on sale? 10 a.m. So I wasn't able to get tickets from the general sale. And so and then I started like toying with the idea of like flying to like LA and like going to see her at the crypto or like the Kia Forum. And because the crypto was like I've been there. I saw Sabrina Carpenter there in November last year. So like and there's a really good hotel that's like right across from the venue. And so I would just stay there. That way I wouldn't have to like Uber. I could literally walk back from my hotel or walk back from the venue to the hotel later that night. And so I was kind of like eyeing those two venues down in SoCal. And then I've also never been to the Kia Forum. So, like, I was really kind of toying with going to the Kia because I've never been there before, and it's been kind of like a dream of, like, this is a place I wanna go to, kinda like the crypto. Um, but then, like, those were still too pricey, and, like, I wasn't about to pay, like, more than $500 to go see Ariana Grande. And so when she offered me the ticket, it was face value. She said she wanted to go to a real fan and somebody that like lived close and like was able to get to the concert. And so I paid her like the face value price. We did PayPal goods and services. That way, if something went wrong, I would get my money back and everything. And this is gonna be such an ugly haircut. I already don't like it. But that's always what happens when I cut my hair. Um, yeah, so I paid face value for that, and then I literally had to put together like a last minute outfit because I had nothing planned to see Ariana Grande. Like no outfits planned at all. Sorry, I'm picking up my hair off the floor. Cause I don't like that's why I have a paper towel. Like I don't like when my hair goes on the floor. I will be up in just like a couple of seconds. Okay. I was talking about my outfit. Okay. I was like, where did I leave off on talking? But I was talking about my outfit for Ariana Grande. And so I had to pick like something from my closet. And I think I did pretty good for it like, being like so last minute. I think I did a damn good job with picking out my outfits. I'll do a better job like cutting my hair when I like go to the bathroom and like I can like actually see. I probably should have worn like a lighter shirt. That way like I could actually like see like how much is cut, how much I need to still cut to make it more even and all that. So I'm pretty sure that there's still like some in the back that like needs to be cut. But no, okay, so I actually wore I combined two previous concert outfits into my Ariana Grande outfit because I wanted to like kind of like throw inspiration at like an interview she did with Zane Lowe. And so I wore a black dress. I wore that dress when I saw Sabrina Carpenter, my first solo concert back in 2023. And then I wore this like black shirt on top of the dress. It had like see-through sleeves. And I just wanted to go for like a little black moment, kind of like referencing back to this one specific outfit she wore during the interview. And so I did that. And then I had like my hair in like a half pony. A half pony. It was really more cute when my hair was longer. I don't like it. Oh my god. I have to grow this out. It's so ugly. Um I'm gonna have to no, because so I did a half pony. I had like a little bow tie in my hair, little bow in my hair, and then I painted my nails like this like pink pastel pink color, and then I put like sparkles on top of it, and then I wore like my black wedged boots. Cause I like I said, I wanted the whole outfit to be black, so I wore my black boots. But then I had like pops of color, but they were like more muted pops of color than like vibrant pops of color. So like I had like a silver flower here. My nails were like baby pink, and then like my purse was like a silver. And so pops of pink, and my only expectations for the set list was well, I knew Dangerous Woman was going to be on the set list because she said this is our first time rehearsing the song since the Sweetener Thank You Next tour. And so like I knew that song was gonna be on the set list, so there was no like hopes in wanting it to be on the set list. I wanted Honeymoon Avenue to be on the set list because since the Live from London version came out for like the 10-year anniversary of that album, it has become my new favorite Ariana Grande song, which was originally Dangerous Woman. And so when she played it, I started sobbing. And that's the only song where you cannot hear me singing because I was sobbing. And my only other expectation was us being silent for We Can't Be Friends. And then when we were not silent for We Can't Be Friends, all 3 nights of Oakland failed. The first night of LA failed. And we do good for like 2, maybe 3 seconds. And then somebody just screams, and that leads to other people screaming, and people just fail the mute challenge. Because the lyric is literally like, me and my truth, we sit in silence. Ooh, like the house lights literally go off. Ariana Grande stops singing, the music stops. And we're expected to be silent for like 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds. And we only are silent for like 3 seconds. And everybody, all the true fans, the ones that aren't there to make fucking TikToks every 5 seconds, we know the lyrics and we wanted the silence trend. It had been done with Beyonce at the Renaissance tour. It had been done with Olivia Rodrigo at the Guts tour. Like, it can be done. Y'all just aren't doing it right. We have X amount of shows left and 3 more countries. We better shape the fuck up. My disappointments with the concert, too short. Looking at the set list from the Eternal Sunshine tour, only 23 songs. Looking at the set list from the Sweetener Thank You Next tour, 27 to 29 songs depending on the leg of the tour. So the first leg had like 27 songs, the second leg had like 28, and then the third leg had 29. Or like the numbers were mixed up. But they all had like a different amount of songs. And so seeing how the Thank You Next Sweetener tour set list was longer than the Eternal Sunshine, I feel like it was a little on the shorter side, especially since there was no opener. Everybody thought it was going to be at least 2.5 hours long. Because, like, what do you mean Positions only got 3 songs? What do you mean? Because it had never been toured before. So, like, I was expecting, like, 34 and 35, Motive. We got Positions, we got Safety Net, and we got Just Like Magic. But, like, where was Motive? Where was 34 and 35? Like, where? Positions got shafted. And Sweetener got shafted. As someone that did not get to go to the Sweetener Thank You Next tour, I was hoping for like a drop of Sweetener songs. Like God is a Woman. Or maybe No Tears Left to Cry. Nothing. Sweetener is officially becoming her version of Chromatica to Lady Gaga. Tell me why there were no Chromatica songs on the Mayhem set list. Why? I'm recovering from being sick. So like I have a little cough. Yeah. So like I stupidly chose the Jonas Brothers over Ariana Grande back in 2019 because it was their comeback tour. But knowing that they tour like every fucking year now, I wasn't missing out on anything. Ariana Grande has been on tour since 2019. 7 years. Normani was her last opener. I could have seen another member from Fifth Harmony, and I could have seen Ariana Grande perform at Thank You Next and Sweetener songs. And said nothing. Also, I had no idea she doesn't perform Problem or Focus. When the concert was over, I was like, where is Problem? That song literally made you. And then where was Focus? But yeah, that's like my thoughts on like the Eternal Sunshine tour. Also, I heard Hate That It Made You Love Me for the first time live at the concert. I've been so busy with work, I haven't had the chance to like sit down and listen to it. And it's like then the day of came and I was like, "Oh, I'll just hear it live for the first time. What a magical time." And love it. So glad Dangerous Woman was on the set list. Honeymoon Avenue, Rain on Me. I've now heard Lady Gaga perform Rain on Me, and I've now heard Ariana Grande perform Rain on Me. Tell me what other people can say they've heard both Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande perform Rain on Me. I thought Gaga was about to pop up on the stage when I heard the Rain on Me music and perform it for the second time ever with Ariana Grande. But hey, who else can say that they've heard Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande perform Rain on Me? I didn't even know that was an option. Hi to the one person watching. Um, then my last hi Amir. The last little updates I'm going to go over. I saw Naomi Scott. If you don't know who Naomi Scott is, she's been in Lemonade Mouth. She's been in Aladdin, Charlie's Angels, and now she's just had her first album come out. And I was so on the fence about going to this, especially since it was less than a week after I saw Ariana Grande. I saw Ariana Grande on 8 days ago, on not yesterday, but the Saturday before. And then I saw Naomi Scott at on Thursday. And I had never, ever, ever been to concerts that close together before. So when it happened, I was like, "Oh my god. I'm really doing this." And I did it. And I saw Naomi Scott. And at Naomi Scott, I saw these two girls saw me and one of them recognized me because apparently we had been um in the same line at the Sabrina Carpenter show, the last show for the Short and Sweet tour back in 2025, like the LA show at the Crypto. And we were talking the whole time we were in line. They even gave me a kiss tattoo. And because that's the thing, Sabrina Carpenter had a kiss tattoo on her. And so because I had an extra one. And so I asked him this was such a last minute decision for me. So I was like, "Can you please just let me have your can I please have your last kiss tattoo?" And then they gave it to me. And then one of them, I had just gone to the bathroom, was not even paying attention. And then this girl was like, "Were you in line at the Short and Sweet tour? Were you in line for Sabrina Carpenter in LA?" And I'm like, "Huh?" I had just come back from a pee, and this lady was talking to me, and I'm just trying to process who is she? And then they started pulling out photos, and I'm like, "Oh yeah!" And then I was like, "You're the ones that I asked for the kiss tattoo." And they're like, "Oh my god, yes, yes, yes." And they were also like, "You probably don't recognize me because the last time you saw me, I had blonde hair." And yeah, so it was really nice running into them. I was on the fence about Naomi Scott for numerous reasons. One of them being because I had just seen Ariana Grande, not even 7 days before Naomi Scott. And I was the thing that sold me on getting the tickets for Naomi Scott was her performing She's So Gone. And if you guys know me, I am a huge Lemonade Mouth fan. I have met Blake Michael, who played Charlie in the movie. I met him back in 2020 through Zoom twice. He wished me a happy graduation. And then in 2023, I saw Haley Kiyoko, Lesbian Jesus. And in 2026, I got to see Naomi Scott. And so it kind of feels like I'm every 3 years, I get to meet a Lemonade Mouth member. Lemonade Mouth member. Lemonade Mouth member. Lemonade Mouth? Yeah, that's what I had to think, is that actually what the movie's called? What's the challenge? Also, I wasn't ignoring you. I had said hi to you. and then you told me to stop talking like a robot. So, I already cut my hair. I literally already cut my hair. If you were here earlier, you would have seen me cut my hair. I can show you the proof I cut my hair. There's like hair on the scissors, and then I have paper towel worth of hair. I've already cut my hair. I'm not cutting it again. But no, okay, so what sold me on seeing Naomi Scott was hearing She's So Gone live. Because when I saw Hayley Kiyoko back in 2023, I saw her perform Determinate. And when I saw Naomi Scott perform She's So Gone in LA, literally the night before the San Francisco stop, I was like, the tickets are $40. It's not through Ticketmaster. I'm doing it. And so I did it. And I had so much fun. Like I said, I'm collecting Lemonade Mouth cast members like Infinity Stones, like Michael, Hayley Kiyoko, now Naomi Scott. And next I just gotta get Bridget Mendler and Adam Hicks. And I feel like those two are definitely gonna be the hardest for me to meet or to like see, because Bridget's not really in the spotlight anymore unless it's like with Space. And then Adam Hicks, it's in the spotlight anymore either, but for other reasons. And yeah, but I do see me possibly meeting them. I don't know what you mean accepting. Are you deleting your messages? Because I see message got retracted. But no, okay, so I also love smaller and more intimate venues. And so, like, when I saw Hayley Kiyoko, small and intimate venue. When I saw Naomi Scott, small, intimate venue. And I feel like it doesn't get better than small and intimate venues, because that just means there's more of a chance for the artist to see you. And it was literally like a little sit down place with like a stage, with like a floor for us to stand. And I kid you not, I swear, for like 10 seconds, maybe like 8 seconds, Naomi Scott and I locked eyes and I freaked out. And I also was getting the crowd going. Naomi Scott like read some of our regrets, and one of them said something about like wishing they became a teacher earlier in life. And I was like, teachers are much needed. And like everybody in the crowd's like, whoa, yeah. And then she says something else. And she was like, happy Pride. And I'm like, happy fucking Pride Month. Like, getting the whole crowd, let's go. And then also I was reminded why women are amazing. Why Pride Month exists for many of my friends and everything. If you're watching, this is the last time I'm gonna like address you. I've addressed your comments several times. I've said hi to you. I've asked why some of your messages got retracted. I told you why I was like ignoring you, because you told me to stop talking like a robot. And then I told you I already cut my hair and I'm not cutting more. And then I asked, what do you mean am I accepting? So I'm not ignoring you anymore. I have been answering you. Not my fault you can't listen. But with that being said, I have no more concerts planned, at least not for the next month. The next concert I want to go to is going to go see Maren Morris next month. I haven't seen her since 2020 24, and I was so sad I did not get to see her in Sacramento last year. So the goal is to see her again this year. And yeah, that's my next concert I want to go to. Will it happen? I don't know. But that is all the updates I have for you. There are videos I want to upload on here. I just don't know when it'll happen or anything like that. If you like this channel, if you like this type of content, I have other videos where I cut my hair, give life updates in. So you can go watch that. I cut my hair last summer on here. And then I've done it like a couple other times earlier on in my channel life. So like if you like this type of content, me cutting my hair, giving life updates and like chatting with you guys can go check it out. If you like this channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers before the end of the year. And if you like this channel, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below what other content you want to see from me. I told you I had my reaction to Opal I filmed. I just haven't uploaded it, so that's a video to look forward to. And then I also need to get back to uploading videos from TikTok from like years ago because I stopped doing that. And then I have a video about Mulan. I should release that before the end of the month because it's about Li Shang and how he's our Bai King because he fell in love with Mulan before he knew she was a girl. So yeah, that's like kind of like what to look forward to from me. I will see you guys when I come back on. Till then, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.